Hey guys, don't forget subscribe to the channel, turn on those notifications, and become part of the Wayneko crew. My name is Wayne, and this is Wayneko. So as you can see, today is going to be a little different than it's been. I have finally got put together what I am calling Wayne 1, right? So this is a total new addition to my studio. I've got a totally new wall behind me. I mean, everything is totally new. And if you can kind of like see back over here somewhere, that's where you typically see me shoot all of my videos from. And so now I've kind of got it down here in what I call Wayne 1. That way I can control the lighting, I can control the sound, I can just literally control everything down here. Hey guys, it's good to see y'all that you're already here already. Yes, Lou, hey, how you doing? Fabian, what's up, buddy? Andy, what's going on? So back into the throwback Thursdays, I am going to do another What About Bob. So this is going to be from a very iconic part of the movie, right? I mean, this is from a part of the movie where they had just had enough of Bob and they kind of tied him to the front of the boat. This is a Walmart exclusive. He's number 996 out of the group. The box on him is pretty generic. He is from the movie line, but you know, it's a pretty generic box. They only showed 2 of these guys on the back, but hey, I can already tell you there's a lot more than 2 of these guys, because I think that right now I have either 3 or 4 of them. But anyways, we know that Funko never really gives us the entire truth when they're showing us the back of the box. It's always a lot less than there actually is, and I don't really know why they do that. Wayne, am I ready for? Yes, absolutely. I am ready for tomorrow. Are you kidding me? I waited a whole year for The Mandalorian to come back out. So, and now I'm having to wait a week in between every episode. I wish they would have just dumped them all at once. And well, not really, because then that wouldn't have gave me something to look forward to, right? So just as I suspected, he is pretty like generic when it comes to the reality of things. He has the ropes tied around him. I almost wish that they would have maybe like put the part of the boat that he was tied to, and I want to say that it was the mast, but I could be wrong. So don't leave any dirty comments over there if I'm wrong. He is pretty generic though, and this goes back to another one of those pops that if I kept him out of the box, would you know who he is? And my answer to that's going to be no. My answer is going to be if I kept this guy out of the box and he was just sitting on a shelf, you would not come up to the shelf and be like, "Oh, that's Bob from that movie." You just wouldn't, right? I mean, it just wouldn't happen. And so these are a little disappointing in that nature. But if I think they could have did just a little bit more to give me the I know that that's what this is from, but at the end of the day, it's still a really cool pop. I don't think that you collect these pops right here because of the pop itself. I think you collect these pops right here for maybe the box more than the pop, because if you took him out of the box, like I said, you just simply would not know who he is. Andy, if you have not heard of this movie, you definitely should go check this movie out. It's a really dry humor. Look, it's a must for everybody to go check out. Yes, so it seems like lately with the Bill Murray pops, they have just been dropping Bill Murray after Bill Murray after Bill Murray. Look, I'm kind of okay with that. I know that there's a lot of people that really don't like the fact that they've dropped so many Bill Murrays. I think that I've kind of gobbled up every one of the Bill Murrays that I could so far, with the exception of maybe a few early Ghostbusters. I didn't necessarily go after the early Ghostbusters, but hey, I've got lots of other stuff, going on today. We're going to kind of move that out of the way. But we'll put Bob right there so Bob can hang out with us the rest of the day while we're in here in the new Wayne 1. So if you're just joining us, I was talking when we just came on about the studio. So I added on to the studio. This background you see behind me will be the new live backgrounds, right? I mean, so I can control the lighting down here. I can control the sound. I mean, there's so much more I can control right here. So this is where you will see my new lives coming from now on. Now, there's so much Funko news to go over. It's almost hard to figure out where I'm going to start, but I'm going to start here with 2 of the new diamond lines. So Hot Topic will be getting 2 new diamond lines in their collection. So one of them is going to be the Coke can, and one of them is going to be the donuts from the Icons, right? They just recently released those. It's a Coca-Cola can. It's a donut bag. I don't really know how I feel about those in general, right? I mean, they're I don't really know, right? I think that they missed an opportunity there. I think they could have easily came out with a metallic or a chrome in a Coke can, and but they, for some reason, they didn't. Maybe that's something we're going to see in the future. I'm thinking that we're definitely going to see that in the near future. Is we're going to see a metallic Coke can, which will be chrome or whatever you want to call it. I think they call those metallic. I don't understand the donut bag being diamond either. Maybe they could have done like some flocked donuts when it came to that. I don't really know. I do know that Target is getting the new Mr. Potato Head, which is going to be the mixed up potato head. I think that one's already dropped. You might even be able to head over to Target and see if you can find that one. Fabian says he's going to Funko Hollywood. Oh, Fabian, I am super jealous that you are making it over to Funko Hollywood. I have yet to make it over to Funko Hollywood, but you also know that I'm from the Midwest, so getting over to Funko Hollywood just is not that easy. Guys, I really appreciate you liking that. I'm happy that you like the new setup. This took me a lot of work to make happen and a lot of time. I mean, so this one was a tough one to put together, and it took me a while to decide how I was putting together and what I was doing, but it finally came together. So I'm really excited that it came together, and I'm really excited that y'all are happy with it. The new Barbie line that is coming to Target, I don't necessarily know how I feel about it, about Barbie Funko line. I'm not going to be going out of my way anytime soon to pick those up, but I am going to be going out of my way to get the Evel Knievel pop. So they just dropped the Evel Knievel. They have him in the standard, they have him in a chase, and then they have him in the ride. I will definitely be going after the chase roulette on the Evel Knievel just because that is such an awesome chase. They did to me a lot with this chase that they don't typically do, right? So typically when Funko makes a chase here lately, there's just not that much of a variance to it, but the Evel Knievel to me has a lot of variance to him, right? He has the helmet on. It's just to me, it's a totally different pop and a really awesome chase. Now, that's just me being honest with y'all and being real. Guys, as I'm going through this news, if you have anything you want to talk about, anything you want to add, like the holiday Barbies, anything to that effect, throw the comment over there. Don't sit in the backgrounds, guys. This is the time for us to hang out. So, yes, Fabian, that chase is hot. And then we also have, now, I don't necessarily know who the Evel Knievels are going to be exclusive to. I don't know if they're going to be exclusive to Funko or if they're going to be exclusive to Entertainment Earth. Maybe that's one of them I'll go back and check out. I do know that you can, I say that I do know. I think that you can go on Entertainment Earth right now and order those. I haven't pre-ordered mine yet, but I'm definitely going to. I mean, because like I said, I'm going to play a chase roulette with those Evel Knievels. It's just going to be a lot of fun to play a chase roulette with those. Then they are also coming out with one of my favorites. Now, you knew that this was going to come up in my lineup at Funko News on Thursdays. So my Throwback Thursdays are kind of coming into Throwback Pops and Funko News. So on the Funko News for this one is going to be the Red Chrome Boba Fett. Now, I don't know how you feel about the Chrome series, and I know that there's a lot of mixed feelings in the Chrome series. Funko has only came out with a few of the Chromes that I absolutely had to have. One of them being the Blue Chrome Batman. Now, that was one of my favorite Batmans of all time. That Blue Chrome Batman, to me, is just extraordinary. So that's one of them that I personally have in my collection. That was from 2019, the SDCC release. They are coming out with the Red Boba Fett in the Chrome series, or it's a Mandalorian. Either way, to me, it's the same. It's the same armor, the same everything. So it's either going to be the Boba Fett or the Mandalorian, and I can't really remember which one they called it. It was probably the Mandalorian, if we're being honest. But that is also going to be a Target exclusive, and that one's going to drop on the 30th of November. So if you did not get those pre-orders in, you can actually go to Target on the 30th of November and pick up that pop, and that's what I'm going to suggest that you do, right? So that Red Chrome Boba Fett, because you can almost never ever get to pre-order anything from Target. I don't really know like who Target tells before they tell us, but it's almost impossible to pre-order anything from Target. But if you'll get there on the 30th at 8 a.m. when they open the doors, you will be able to go back there and get you that Red Chrome Boba Fett. That is one of them that I am personally like going to go get my hands on. Let's see. Uncle showed me a lot of NASCAR. Yeah, so Fabian, they've come out with a lot of NASCAR stuff here lately. I'm not just that big of a NASCAR fan. to run out and grab NASCAR stuff. Some of it's really hot. I think anything to do with Dale Earnhardt's going to be really hot, probably going to go up in price really fast. Anything to do with Tony Stewart and like the old number 20 Home Depot, which you probably won't see, which will just be a shame, because that's like when NASCAR to me was at its finest, when Tony Stewart was in the 20 car and he was just running up and punching people. That to me, that's when NASCAR was at its finest. Chase, how are you doing, bud? It is really good to see you. Hey, and like I said to everyone, if you have any questions, anything you want to talk about, any news that you heard that maybe I didn't go over, how about throw it over there and let us know what you want to talk about. That way we can all talk about it together. Target always has lots of really cool stuff coming out. Now, GameStop's Black Friday box. I have kind of been in the speculation for a couple of days on what that's going to be. And here recently, I kind of found out what it's going to be. So the GameStop Black Friday mystery box that they do every year, that I'll pick up a couple of them. I'll probably even give one of those away for Christmas. And then I always do something for my birthday. So, I mean, I have Christmas and my birthday right there together that I always got and I do stuff for. So I'm probably going to pick one of those up and give it away on my birthday or Christmas. I don't know, but I'll do something with them. But it's going to be $19.99. These are going to be the Fantastic Four Venom series. So I'm not really that big into the Venom line. I mean, the Venom line to me is just not something that I've went after, but this is going to be the Fantastic Four in the Venom line. The one that I've seen that they kind of leaked is going to be the Thing, and he's like half Venom. It looks kind of cool. I don't really know how I feel about it, but it's okay, right? It's okay. Guys, for those just joining me, this is the new Wayne 1, as I'm calling it. Now, this will be where all the lives are done. From here on out, will be down here in Wayne 1. I can control the light. I can control the sound. I can control everything down here. This is just a new addition to the studio. I hope that you like this look. It's something that you're going to see a lot of. Johnny Funko, how are you doing, bud? It is good to see you. Let's see. Fabian says, let me start popping some of these comments up there. That way we can all read them together. Wayne, some people in the community have joined Discord chat. Hey, so I have Discord. I don't think that I've ever like truly figured out how to use it, to be honest with you. I really don't play Among Us neither, so I kind of just started playing Among Us with my daughter the other day. I had it on my phone. It's kind of fun when you are the guy that's running around whacking people. When you're not the guy that's running around whacking people, I don't know how much like fun I get out of it. It seems kind of awkward having to text people the way you do on your phone, and it seems like it's very awkward right now, and that it's in a very beta testing form. Maybe they'll figure it out, maybe they won't, but it seems like it's a very popular game. Fabian, is not really something that I've gotten into, but if you want to throw me like some links or something over in Instagram, maybe I will check that out. Chase Kingdom says, let's see what he says. Chase Kingdom says, Venom Thing is fire. Look, I'm not really like that big of a Venom lies, but I'm gonna be honest, he is kind of fire. It's one of those. I didn't really like the venomized, not the venomized. I didn't really like the zombies until I seen the zombie Thing. They came out with that 10-inch zombie Thing, and then suddenly I became like a Marvel zombie fan, right? I mean, so I can kind of see that happening. I don't know. We'll just have to wait and see how that goes. Yeah, half the people. Let's see. Don't know how, but we join and call it a Discord. Yeah, look, you'll have to send me links and maybe I'll be able to check it out. Maybe I won't. I really don't know how to play. Me and my daughter kind of had like this whole double kill. Like we were both actually the what do you call those things? We were both the killers, and so we kind of like did the final like whack two people at the same time and won. It was a lot of fun. Lot of fun. Yeah, shoot me an invite, Fabian, and when I get a chance, I will sit down and play. You just played with Top Pops 2 days ago. Hey, that's really awesome. Really awesome. Let's see, Thunderbolt. Yes, so they're coming out with the Fantastic Four, and that's what this is going to be based off, is the Fantastic Four. I don't really know how the rest of them are going to look. I was thinking that maybe if they came out with like a Doctor Strange in the Venomized, I don't think that that's something Doctor Strange, did I say that right? I think I said that right. I'm pretty sure I said that right. I don't think we've seen Doctor Strange in the Venomized yet. I mean, so maybe like if they throw one of him in there, Imposter, there you go. There it is. Now, they've also just came out with a whole big line of The Simpsons. I don't know if any of you guys got to see the new line of The Simpsons. Y'all know that I like to collect the Simpsons. I'm having a hard time saying that one. Yeah, y'all know that I like to collect those pops. Now they just came out with a 6-inch, and I want to say that they call it the Donut Boy or something like that. It looks a lot like Big Boy to me, so it's hard for me to sit back and call it Donut Boy or whatever it is that they are calling it. It's to me, it looks a whole lot like the whole like what do you say? To me, it looks a whole lot like Big Boy. I mean, a whole lot like Big Boy. Now, guys, we're gonna head over to Instagram because I really haven't checked Instagram out in a couple of days. I know that Funko did a whole video. I'm thinking that maybe I might play it. I don't know. We're gonna see how that goes and if I'm gonna play it or not, because I really don't know if they will copyright strike me for playing that one. So I don't really know that I'm going to. Maybe I'll play some of it, maybe I won't. Let's see. We're going to share this one with audio in the event that I play a little bit of it. Maybe I'll play a little bit and I'll stop and then I'll come back. So like I said, we all know that Fun TV came out here not too long ago. I think I'm not going to do that in the event of that they do copyright strike me, because they probably will. Knowing YouTube and me lately, copyright strikes just seem like something that happened a whole lot. Now I guess it kicked me all the way out of that. Let's see if I can like find my way back to that one. Let's see. Have to get back over here real quick. You know, for some reason, Instagram never quite works right on your PC. I mean, it never ever seems to work quite like it should. And I don't know why. I don't know why they didn't design that a little bit better for your PC, but they just didn't. So, guys, when I'm going through these, if you see any of them that you want to talk about, let's talk about it real quick. And I see that Chase says, let's see, he says, he's Doctor Strange. Is he enamored? So did they come out with a Doctor Strange Venomized? Is that what you're saying? JKL posted the new Simpson ones. Yes, the new Simpson ones are kind of hot, and I think I can like scroll down through here and eventually see them. The reason that I stopped on this guy though, because this was kind of like one of those topics that I was going to talk about anyways. Funko just made this shirt, and we kind of got to give Funko credit on making this shirt. This shirt is kind of goes out to all the veterans, and all of the proceeds from this shirt goes to a organization that's just designed to help veterans. And look, as an American, we should really want to help out the guys who helped us be free, right? I mean, because without our veterans, we would not have freedom. I mean, so to me, this is a really awesome cause. I mean, this is one of them that to me is really up there in the top like 3 causes that Funko has done in 2020, right? Breast cancer being right in there somewhere, the frontline workers being in there, and this one probably falling in a strong 2 or 3, you know, right there somewhere, right there somewhere is where this one would fall into. Now, I have not went to their site yet and ordered this shirt, but this is going to be a shirt that I order. It'll probably be the only like Funko shirt that I'll ever wear, to be completely honest with y'all. I really don't get into their style. I kind of like my different stuff, like you see I have on right now. I get into a totally different style than wearing their shirts, but this is probably one of them that you'll see me wear here in the near future. I haven't made it over there to order it, but I absolutely will before it's over with. And I'm going to see if I can like somehow back out of this without backing completely out. Let's see what that does. That did not do it. Oh, let's see. There's an X over here. Maybe that'll work. Hey, I don't really get into these plush or the Five Nights at Freddy's. To me, it's not my thing. I know that it's a lot of people's thing, but it's just not. Now, the new Halo guys is a really awesome one to go over. Now, there's 3 of these guys so far that I know of, and I think that they came out with one much later, later or in the past. I think that maybe they came out with one in the past, but I can't really remember. I know that they have a clear version of this guy that I want to say is a Chase variant, or it's a Target exclusive. I can't really remember which one it is. If you remember which one it is, throw a comment over there and let me know which one it is. But it's a pretty awesome pop. And if you've ever been into video games, at some point you sat down and jammed out on some Halo, because Halo was this really cool, like first person shooter. I mean, it was one of them that even if you weren't a first person shooter game, you got into, right? Let's see. We got Chase says, Doctor Strange Venomized sitting Indian style floating. That's a pretty cool one. I did not know that they had that one. Well, I mean, yeah, that's pretty cool, and I'll have to go check that out after a while. I did not know that they had that one at all. Wayne's wife, let's see. Wayne buys his own birthday presents, apparently. No, I don't ever buy my own birthday presents. My wife looks out for me on stuff like that. Let's move over into the next one. And what do we see? This is back to that shirt. Now, this is what do they call it? Operation Homefront. And they say on here, thank you, the Funko Fanatics, for the overwhelming support of our vets. Oh, we sold out. Well, I didn't know that they sold out of the shirt because they actually still have it on their site. So, I mean, I did not know that they had sold out of that one. So, I guess it's one of them that I won't be picking up. And like I said, I don't really wear a whole lot of their gear, right? It's just not who I am. But that shirt's really hot, and it's a great cause. And maybe we know that they'll bring them back on there, right? So I'm not super worried about missing out on it this run. They will have another one back on there. I don't know if y'all are collecting these around the world pops, but these are not any that I gotten into. At the time that they came out with these, there was a lot of good pops that they were coming out with, and this was just not one of them that I was going after. I mean, it just wasn't. To me, they're just not that cool to begin with. I've seen a few of them that I thought were but it's still not one that I'm going after. It's just not. Fabian says, he says, going to buy my own presents at Hollywood. Hey, Fabian, that's going to be a lot of fun. I hope that you plan on making a video or something when you go and do this, because that is just going to be a lot of fun. So I truly hope that you plan on doing like a hunt video with that one, so that you can come back and show all of us. So that is the video that I've yet to be able to make. I haven't made it to the Funko Hollywood. I live a long ways away from Funko Hollywood. Maybe one day Funko will like fly me to Funko Hollywood. I don't know. Look, that's my goal, is to have them like foot the bill for stuff like that. One day, who knows? We will see, right? We will see. I'm gonna rant a little bit about the Funko TV, and then I'm gonna leave it at my rant when I'm done, and I'm not gonna talk about this much anymore. And I might bring it up some other time, but I'm gonna try hard not to. The Funko TV kind of, it's okay, right? It's cool if that's something you're into. I get what they're doing. I see what they're doing. Here's the part of this that I don't agree with. I don't agree with the fact that the CEO is more concerned about being on Funko TV than he is fixing a lot of Funko's problems. Now, here recently, they just released their third, or I want to say fourth quarter. It was on the 5th of this month. They just released their last financial statement of the year, and they didn't do that well, not compared to the previous years. Now, I know that they can blame it on COVID. They can blame it on all kinds of stuff. I mean, they could blame it on, but at the end of the day, everybody's been sitting at home ordering this stuff offline. Even though we've been in lockdown, even though we haven't had the chance to go to the stores and stuff like that, we have still been sitting here ordering their stuff offline. Now, if they've had the failures in shipping, they've had the failures on their site, they've had failure after failure after failure after failure this year when it comes to ordering stuff off of their site. He needs to take his time and spend it on stuff like fixing stuff like that, finding the root cause to the problems, finding the answers to fix the problems, right? Instead of blaming us as collectors, he needs to get off the screen and he needs to like come help us fix the problem, right? As collectors, we're fixing it ourselves, right? We just don't buy from the secondary market. And if you notice that there's been a lot of items here recently that I thought would have sold out that did not sell out. And one of the most recent ones was the Simpsons Sideshow Bob. So Sideshow Bob to me should have sold out faster than you could say don't do it, but he didn't. So that only tells me that two things are happening. One is they're releasing more than the bots can buy, and two, the bots are getting discouraged on buying them. But if we had some help from somebody at Funko, like their CEO, instead of him being worried about being on YouTube and on Instagram and in these videos, if he was out there really trying to fix the problem, we wouldn't have this problem at all. So he needs to stay off of that TV and find something else to do. Let's see. One of the things totally buy from, I kind of agree with you, right? The fact that we can't buy stuff that's released at Funko Hollywood and the Funko headquarters doesn't make any sense to me whatsoever, right? It's kind of garbage, because we live here on the East Coast, or the Midwest, like I do. They call it the Midwest. To me, it still feels like East Coast. But anyways, so and the fact that they don't have a website. See, here's how I feel about that when it comes to Funko Hollywood, when it comes to the Funko HQ, is that they should have their own website, and they should use the shipping provider much better than the one Funko is using on their site now. They should have their own site where they release this stuff that's only exclusive to them. And so I go to that site, I order that stuff, and then it gets shipped to me. It's, to me, it's garbage that we can't just go on there and order that stuff. And you got to try and find somebody that's going there, like Fabian. Hey, Fabian, heads up, if they have one of those like cutie corns, hit me up. I need a cutie corn in my life. Yes, look, I agree with you in the fact that, you know, I mean, I know that they released the site here recently for the UK, you know, collectors, and I don't really know how that goes because I'm not in the UK, right? But I hope that helped y'all out a little bit. Let's see. Sideshow was plain, so I might. Yeah, you know, I agree with the Sideshow Bob being kind of plain, but he was kind of cool, right? I mean, I don't know if they've come out with a Sideshow Bob yet or what they've done on those bases, but he was kind of cool, right? I mean, I could think of some other things that they could have come out with, but he was kind of cool. Thank you, Fabian. Let me know if they still got him. Look, there's him and the Freddy Hollow. What they call it? The Funko Freddy Halloween Hollywood Tourist. So there's that one too, right? Both of those released. We'll never be able to get them unless we live there, or unless you just know somebody that's gonna just charge you outrageous amounts of money to pick it up. But I'm gonna move off that soapbox. He needs to just stay off the videos and just work harder on what he's doing. And I'm going to ask you guys, and I'm going to skip over the retro, and I'm going to go straight into the clothing line. What do you guys think about their clothing line? Can anybody tell me what you think? What do you think about their clothing line? Do you think Funko is spreading themselves in too many directions? I think back in history, and I think of people that were really in the right place. And what I mean by right place is they were in a spot and they were on the upward climb, right? I mean, and their company was climbing and climbing and climbing and climbing, and then they started spreading out. And they started spreading out because they were getting greedy, and the greedier they got, the more they spread out into different categories. So they went into as Funko is doing, they went into the clothing line, they went into the purses, they went into the accessories, they got away from the collecting it all, and they started spreading out. And historically, if I look back at companies that did that, they started to fail right in that place, right? Somewhere in that line is when they started to fail as a company because their finances were getting so spread out and they weren't getting the return in which they thought they were going to get. So what do you think? What do you think about their clothing line? Have you went and looked at their clothing line? Is their clothing line something that you would go and buy? I know that in their financial statement they showed an upward climb in their clothing line. Look, all of that from when you start off at zero, you're always going to show an upward climb going on there. Let's see. Fabian says, you're going to go live at Hollywood. That is definitely what you should do. God, I can only tell you there's endless amounts of possibilities about going live there. You want all of the Hollywood exclusives. Fabian, I think that's kind of the problem. The problem in general with going anywhere like that is you're going to want all of the Hollywood exclusives, because I would break myself trying to do that. And I just can't imagine like how many they have there, because when you see them in the videos, that looks like a really epic place. I mean, it just truly does. Well, see, that is exactly how I feel, Chase. Why are y'all doing this? Just quit. Just quit what you're doing. Look, you know what you're doing when it comes to these little bobbleheads and these little collectors. Obviously, you know what you're doing. I'm not the only person that has walls upon walls of these things. So you know what you're doing when it comes to these things. Stay away from the other stuff. Focus on what you're doing best. Look, that's all I'm going to say. You know that I'm not going to wear their clothing. It's just not me. I don't ever see myself putting Christmas lights. I mean, what is this even about? So they have Christmas lights all over them. And what are the pants this guy's wearing? Is this pants that they're selling? I mean, because I'm never, ever going to get me any Ronald McDonald pants. It's just not happening. Not even happening on a good day. I'm going to click on these guys just because I don't know what they are, and I'm hoping that they tell me. So these are from Stranger Things. Stranger Things is a pretty good series. I've gotten into probably season 1, 2, and 3. Didn't watch anything after that. It was one of them that was really interesting at first, and then to me it just kind of died off. I know nothing about these pops whatsoever, even where they're from. So I'm going to move into that one, and we're going to move into one of my favorites. Y'all knew this was one of my favorites from the get-go. Anything Deadpool to me just becomes one of my favorites when it right down the line. And put me on the list, Fabian. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, Chase feels my pain. Put me on the list while you're there. But shoot us a message and tell us what we're going to owe you. so, so the Deadpool is the maid. Look, all of the Deadpools that come out are coming from a comic book at some point in place, right? They're all coming from a comic book, and we all know that they're coming from a comic book, right? I've kind of put the puzzle together that Funko doesn't make a pop from a Marvel or DC or from a comic line that did not come from a comic book. So I don't know what comic book he comes from, but I am currently looking for the Deadpool as the French maid, because to me that one would be really awesome. Anything Deadpool when it comes through it. So just the other day I did a whole spinner style thing on my Deadpools, and it wasn't that many. I didn't have nearly as many as I thought I had. I think I only have 10 or 15 of your Deadpool pops. I thought I had a lot more, and that's not counting the 10 inches that you see behind me back here. So I have like 4 of the 10 inches as well, but we all know that they're not going to fit on the spinner, right? Let's see what Fabian says. I know if they're going to have a Deadpool. I don't necessarily know that they have an exclusive Deadpool there, but you'll have to let us know what exclusives they have there for sure. I'm gonna bring a calculator. Yeah. I would have to do the same thing. I'm not gonna lie. Let's see what Johnny says. Johnny says one of the things I hate about Funko is making the 10 inch. Yeah. So look, that's a whole nother soapbox that you could get me on, is how they're making the 10-inch pops exactly the same as the 3.5-inch pops. And some of them aren't even 3.5-inch pops. And a lot of your 10-inch pops are not even 10-inch pops. I mean, so I kind of get into a strange place when it comes to stuff like that. I hate the fact that they're just making the exact same pop in a bigger size. They did no difference. They just took the little pop, turned him into a big pop to me, and that's kind of garbage. The one thing I noticed about my pops here recently, and I just did an unboxing on the Batman artist series with their Target exclusives. I only managed to pick up 3 of them, but guys, make sure you're checking those out next week. YouTube must be how do I say this? YouTube must be, I'm trying to figure out how I say this in a nice way. They must be holding back my content because my last 3 videos have not done that well. And I don't even think they're hitting the people that they normally hit. So if you haven't seen my videos, go check those out. And if you feel like just helping me out for a reason, go share those videos, because I don't know why they're not doing that well. I feel like it's suppressing me. I feel like YouTube is suppressing me right now. And look, I think that it has something to do with my political beliefs. I'm just putting that out there. I've done a lot of like ranting and comments lately on my political beliefs on different pages. But anyways, we're going to get off of that because this is not the right place or time or nothing to talk political or religion or none of that. But anyways, go check out my videos. Next week, you'll see those 3 Artisan Edition Batman. Now, they're doing something different, and that's where this rant is going. They're doing something different when it comes to those. They are suppressed it. Yeah, super size. That's exactly. Hey Chase, that is exactly what they need to call those. Is supersized pops, not 10-inch pops, supersized pops. so anyways, they are making them different than they have in the past. And on the Batman, I really didn't point it out, but I'm going to point it out right now. I can tell that the head's 2 different pieces, right? You can tell that they injection molded them and then stuck them together versus making a pretty solid head. The weight on them is really, really off. I mean, it's really off. They've gotten super, super light. They just don't quite feel the same in your hand. And it's almost like this guy right here. He's got some decent weight to him. They don't have any weight to them whatsoever. You can hear that they're hollow. You can feel that they're hollow. There's something a lot different about the pops that they're putting out right now than the pops that they put out even a month ago. So keep your eyes next week, and you'll see the Artist Edition Batman. Those have quickly like ran up into some of my favorite ones that I've picked up here lately. It says Wayne, I did see the new sodas, and we can talk about that now because that was going to be one of the next ones that I talked about. They are coming out with these new sodas to me that are really cool. Now, I don't necessarily remember what all they are. I know that there's like I think there's 10 of them that they're coming out with. They have it all on their Instagram under the you can go see it under the, what do they just call it, the Funko TV or the Fun TV or whatever it is that they're calling that, but you can go check that out. They're really cool. Y'all know how I feel. At one point I was trying to get all of the sodas. In my mind, I was going to collect every one of the sodas. They were releasing them like one this month, one this month, one this month. So they were keeping it really easy to do, right? I mean, it was a really like easy thing to do at that time. Now they're dropping 10, 12, 20 of them at a time. So I've quit the idea of trying to collect them all, and now I just collect the ones that I want. So I'm not going to go after those like I used to, and then I'll just go after the ones like I can or that I want, right? Instead of trying to get them all. I am going to get off this Deadpool as a maid though, because I had to sit on him for a while. They still have the game. I'm not really into Candy Crush, so I know I'm not going to be into that. Let's see what we got here. Now this right here, y'all tell me what y'all think about this one. This was the 18-inch group that they came out with. This guy's going to be flocked. They call him dancing, I guess, because his hands are in some kind of like dancing, whatever. What do you think? Is this did y'all want the 18-inch pop? I mean, my thoughts on the 18-inch pop is people only went after it because it was a limited number. If it would have been if there would have been a lot of them, or if they wouldn't have put a number on it at all, I don't think that they would have sold out. But I did see a video here recently where this guy had his bot and he bought like stupid amounts of them. Why you would want to buy a bunch of these is beyond me. I'm sure the price of them went way up because there was only 1,200 of them and they flocked him. So I guess he looks like a real tree stump. I'm not real sure. I don't know that I would want an 18-inch Groot in a pot sitting in my house. I guess I could go buy a tree and I could put it in a pot and I could sit it in the corner somewhere, and then I could just trim it to where it looked like Groot, which to me is probably the smarter idea. Is the things you want to do if you were going to like do something like this. I don't necessarily know that I need a fake tree stump in my house and especially for the $120. I mean, because they even marked him up $20. I mean, so it must have had $20 worth of flocking on him. Look, I don't know. I'm just putting it out there. Yeah, so I mean, they limited it to 1,500. Yes, now they did have those guys in the new sodas coming up. So Leatherface and all of those are coming. So they do have the Leatherface and all that. Leatherface is one of them that I'm probably going to grab when it comes to the new sodas. I don't know so much about the snake. I mean, I know that's a New York thing. I didn't really get into that movie, so I don't necessarily know that that's one of them that I will go after. I'm trying to get back up here to one of these comments that I missed. Let's see what I got right here. So it's, are you going to get the How I Met Your Mother? No, I'm definitely not. I'm not going to go after that line. Let's see. I missed it. There we go. I'm not going to go after that line. It's just not that interesting of a line to me. It's not one that I'm going to go after. I don't really know a whole lot about the movie. Look, the great thing about Funkos is real simple, right? And Funko says it themselves. Everybody is a collector of something. So even if I'm not collecting the How I Met Your Mother pops, doesn't mean you shouldn't. So it just means that I'm not going after them because I have my attention in another place, right? So if that's a line you're going after, that's awesome. I don't see myself going after it, but it's still a really cool one to go after. And let's see, got to get back to that comment. There we go. Hey, so hey, in the new Wayne one, my wife got me my early Christmas present, which is this laptop that I'm currently on right now. So I've got my Christmas present early. So this was all part of putting together Wayne 1. So I'm kind of trying to learn how this thing works together, like as we're doing this. Let's see what Chase says. They did. I don't know that they made him in the 18-inch. They may have made him in the 18-inch. I'm not real sure. Somebody will have to throw a comment over there and tell me if they've already made this guy in the 18-inch, because I think maybe that they did. I think that you're 100% correct on that they did make this guy already in an 18-inch pop. They just added the flock to him. Look, to me, it just wasn't that great. Like I said, if you're going to do something like that, you might as well just plant a bush over in the corner somewhere. Yet Fabian says, yes, they already made him. So they should have just plant a tree over there somewhere and then just trim it up to make it look like him. That way you don't have to deal with, the whole like creepiness of having a fake tree sitting in your corner somewhere. Hey, look, I know Groot's really cool. I love the movie. I can't see spending $120 on that thing. It doesn't do it for me. This is going back into I wish that Funko would stay into the collecting realm. They got the backpack with the child on it, and I want to say that they have a 2 or 3 pins there, and I'm not real sure. Also, that's another purse that's made out to look like the Mandalorian's ride in the keychain. Look, I think that they venturing out into the collecting like they did, venturing out into the pins, venturing out into different things with the right direction for them to go. I don't necessarily know that they should continue reaching out any further than that. Vinyl Figure Fan, good evening. How are you doing, bud? It is good to see you. I appreciate every one of you for giving your time, coming and hanging out. It's always a lot of fun coming and hanging out with you guys. And then I get to kind of like go over things, give you my rants, and then read your comments. So hey, this is just a lot of fun for me. This is kind of like my Saturdays. I really look forward to coming on and doing these. They just dropped the Flock a week. Oh, okay. So that. Yeah, I mean, there you go, Chase. They dropped the regular one and then the Flock, so they were just double dipping. I mean, that's just what they do. They do it a lot. I mean, we know that's what Funko does. I mean, they do it a whole lot. What TV pop would you want that they haven't made? So that's a really I don't really know. That's a really good question. There's so many of them that they make, right? I mean, you have to really sit down and figure out which ones Funko hasn't made to figure out like what pop I would want that they haven't made. It seems like every time I think of one that they haven't made, they quickly come after they quickly come out with one. So I want to say it was the beginning of last year, not the beginning of this year. I said Queen Elizabeth, but then they made a Queen Elizabeth. So I'm not real sure. I'd have to really sit down and think about like which one I would like to see. Fabian has a good one though, the Attack of the Tomatoes. I mean, that's a really good one. I don't know. So let's see what else they have over there real quick. I don't think they have a whole lot left here that we haven't seen. I think we went over Mando last week. We did go over Mando last week. So I am going to jump out of this real quick and head over to Funko and see what we can find there. Because why not, right? I haven't visited the Funko site in a while. Have you guys visited the Funko site? I doubt it. Y'all probably do the same thing I do. Y'all wait until I come on, and then we all go visit it together because it's just a lot more fun to go do it that way. So let's see what they have. Just stop. And new releases. There we go. All right. Let's see what we got. So we know they just come out with Sideshow Bob. We were talking about that earlier. I don't absolutely know what happened here, but we're going to get back out of that anyways. So there we are. That was kind of garbage. I don't want 25% off to take your survey. You're never going to give me anything. I'm not playing that game. Sideshow Bob. Man. Show Bob. What can I say about Sideshow Bob? This is a really cool pop to me. Now it's not one of the best pops that they made. It's not something that screams I have to run out and buy it at this moment because I haven't. I do say that I need this one in my collection, right? I mean, I do say that I need this one in my collection. It's a really hot pop. I'm not gonna run out and get it anytime soon. I don't see it selling out overnight. I don't see it selling out overnight. So let's see what else they got. I'm gonna move off of that one. Sideshow Bob wasn't something extraordinary. I think that they could have easily done something else when it comes to Sideshow Bob. Here we go, where anytime you back out of their site, you got to go all the way from the bottom to the top. While we're real worried about being on YouTube and videos, but we can't fix this simple stuff right here. And this is the stuff that I talk about right here. I mean, the fact that they can't fix that is just ridiculous. I'm not going to look at that T-shirt. It's not something that I want to do. I'm not going to look at the North Pole game. We're not really going to look at the pins. Their pins are really cool. And if you're into collecting pins, look, more power to you if that's something that you're into. Me, I think the only time I collect pins is to put them on my backpack so that I can represent what I have. I don't necessarily collect pins so that I can I mean, I just don't collect them like that, so I'm not going to. Let's see. Mrs. Potato Head will go right into the whole Mr. Potato Head and the retro toys. So that is one of them that I am definitely going to have to go after. Let me see. Let's see. Let's see. I do appreciate you giving me hey, look, anytime. And that's why I'm on here. That's why I come on and do this, right? So that one, I'm gonna get my news out to you guys. I'm gonna do my unboxing about What About Bob. I got one more What About Bob coming up next week. So we will get on there and do those unboxings. And so that we can kind of like see what they have on here that they're just threw on there real quick, guys. And don't forget that Friday, Mr. TechBot and myself go live at 6 p.m. Come check us out. And then on Saturday morning, it's a whole group of us that go over the Mandalorian from Friday, right? So if you haven't seen it, don't come check us out. If you did see it and you want to like see the Easter eggs and the stuff and what we think about it, definitely come check it out, right? I mean, we have the Patreon only giveaway coming up. What's the date? Is that coming up this week? That might be coming up this week. I'll have to talk to Chris and find out. I don't think that's this week. That might be next week that we're going to do that one. I don't 100% know. And guys, if you haven't seen my videos this week, look, go check those out. Go check them out. Look, I'm being suppressed on YouTube for some reason. My videos aren't getting many views. It doesn't make any sense. Nothing has changed. So go check those out if you haven't checked out my videos this week. Let's see what we have. Hey, Chase, look, I feel your pain on the pens. No more pens. Slow down. Slow down. Just to me, they're just too big. They're just too big. They don't go in my backpack. I mean, they just don't go in my backpack. So let's see. Yeah, they're starting to dip into all kinds of stuff. I mean, just all kinds of stuff they are dipping into. Look, the Homer sitting on the couch to me is going to be pretty cool. Pretty cool. Let's see what Yessie Lou says here. I'd like to see that. Yeah, okay, so that's a pretty cool one. I think that's one that we could all get behind. And let's see. Sideshow Krusty. Have they come out with the Krusty the Clown? I have to think about this for a minute. How about y'all throw a comment over there and let me know if they've come out with a Krusty the Clown? Surely they've come out with a Krusty the Clown, right? They've had to have come out with a Krusty the Clown. Let's see. Wayne pulled a great ace. So I actually pulled, and this is the second time this has happened to me when it come right down to my sodas. My sodas have come out messed up twice. So I just recently pulled the Woody Woodpecker, and the pog at the bottom didn't match the Woody Woodpecker. It was a totally different soda altogether. I pulled out Yummy Mummy, and he was totally missing an arm. Look, I didn't even say anything about either one of these because to me at this point, that makes them a little bit more special that I've gotten one without an arm and I've gotten one that has the complete wrong pog. Now, I know that that's just a quality control malfunction on Funko's part, which they tend to have a lot of, but I mean, we understand that that's just what they do, right? Did you take a? I'm gonna do that as we go through here. I had not looked at the retro minis. Okay, so the minis aren't much cheaper than the actual pop, and it's hard for me to get behind the minis and wanting to buy them when I can buy the pop for about the same price. And because I collect the sodas, it's one of them that I've kind of chose to stay away from at this moment. Yeah, no, look, Fabian, I'm with you. If they make the whole one with them sitting on the couch together in some crazy scene, that would be a really awesome Simpsons. They have made the Krusty the Clown. I kind of thought that they might have made the Krusty the Clown, to be totally honest. I'll be sending you a glowworm. Don't send Chase. Don't send me a glowworm. I already have two of them. don't send me a new one. Getting back to Mrs. Potato Head though, Mrs. Potato Head is a really awesome pop. She's gonna go really well in the retro line. I don't really know how I feel about them calling these stuff retro toys or whatever it is they're calling them. I think Hasbro has got a lot to do with this line. I don't really like the boxes they are sending these things in. To me, they're boxes. And I'm gonna go in there and click on this box real quick just so that you can get a better look of it. These boxes to me are done very poorly. I wish that somebody else would have designed those boxes. It doesn't even truly remind me of anything retro. It's just kind of strange, if we're being honest. So I wish somebody else would have stepped in and done those. I also wish that there was a better way of backing up without like totally scrolling from the bottom to the top every time. But here we go. Let's go from the bottom to the top. I think that I'm going to jump out of these and go into the heroes right after we go through a few more of these, only because I think that we've seen most of these already. So let's see. We have yeah, I don't see me getting into any of those. The Halo ones, like I said, are pretty cool. I love the fact that they got the Master Chief, they got the Spartan Mark. They've got some really awesome ones. This is another one in a really cool outfit that they're coming out with. Those are some really awesome pops that they're going to be coming out with here in, I want to say near future, but maybe they've already come out with them. All of those Elvis pops I've already ordered, had them ordered forever ago. I don't really get into your Dragon Ball Z stuff. I mean, so I'm not going to be going anytime soon to get into that, only because to me, that's just one more thing to get into. Now, I have not like scrolled through here in a while, so I'm going to kind of scroll through here with y'all and see if they're trying to sneak any more of them in on us like they did last time. What do you think of these guys? Are any of us collecting pop sockets? Is this a thing? Do people collect these? I mean, are people running out to collect these right now? Is anybody here a pop socket collector? I mean, this goes to me as maybe that's something I don't know about, right? Maybe there's a community out there that just collects pop sockets, but I don't personally think that's the case. But maybe it is. Maybe it is. Look, I don't know. I don't know. I'm never okay. So they've had the pop sockets out for a while. Oh, Chase, the mini glow. No, I don't have a mini glow worm. You can absolutely send me one of those. I don't have a mini glow worm. I have two of the bigger ones, but I don't have a mini glow worm. The pop sockets they came out with a while ago. I don't, maybe people collect them. Look, I don't know. That's one of those, y'all will have to tell me if people collect those or not. It doesn't look like, oh, well, I mean, I guess they did. It looks like they dropped that Superman again. Now I have this Superman in a 3-pack, and as I get things moved down into Wayne 1, as I called it, because this is going to be like the new spot for all of this stuff. I actually have him in a 3-pack, and he's 3 different colors chrome. So it's a silver chrome, blue chrome, red chrome, kind of like the American colors, right? Red, white, and blue. So I have him in a 3-pack like that, and that's the same pose that he's in. So they must have re-released this guy. I mean, because this has to be a fairly old one. This is definitely not a new pop that just came out. This has got to be a fairly old one, and that's a really cool one. Look, I'm into everything Superman. Superman was the original comic book, right? And when it comes to American comic books, you should have a great appreciation for Superman, because he would have been the first American comic book. He would have been the first American superhero. Now, when you say superhero, you got to say that lightly, right? Because we think superheroes as today is Marvel, is DC, is different comic books, right? That's what we see as being superheroes. But that's not necessarily where the superheroes started. You can go all the way back to the Roman days and the biblical days and look at their gods as being a superhero type, right? So that's not necessarily where the start of a superhero would have been. That's just where the start of the superhero would have hit us here in the United States, right? So hey, that's exactly right, Chase. Here we go again. Pop sockets. I mean, look, that's just what they got going on. They're branching out everywhere. They're branching out everywhere. They've decided if you can't conquer like one thing, you branch out and try and conquer everything. And we see how that worked for so many other like people in the past. It never ever works. That Superman though, that Superman is really awesome. I like the Superman a whole lot. I'm probably going to be ordering him. I don't know. Here lately, I've kind of haven't been ordering anything. I'm kind of trying to wait for my orders to slow down. This Flash is an older Flash, so they are still sneaking stuff back on here. So if you're wanting these older Flash or that older Superman that you just haven't seen in a while, then you definitely need to get on here and see if you can get those. And look, the Flash is really cool. The Superman to me is probably the best one out of the two so far. Wayne, have you ever seen the show called The Boys? I have not seen that one. Let's see. It's a yo-yo with no strings. You're absolutely right. That's what a pop socket is a yo-yo with no strings. I never really thought about it like that, but that's the way that you should look at it. Hey, that's really cool, Chase. I would appreciate that. I definitely would appreciate that, Chase. That's pretty awesome. So let's see what else they have. That Flash is pretty cool. I'm not going to be going out of my way to get it anytime soon. I'm one of those people that if I believe I missed it, then I missed it, and if I get it, I get it. it's that's why I don't go to the secondary market. Ones, I'm not helping people that buy stuff just to put it on there so that I don't get it. It's just not happening. Now that Batman sold out again, which is classic Batman. That's also the same Batman that they made the 18-inch pop after. So if you're wondering like which one is the 18-inch pop, it was this one. They actually made the 18-inch Batman in two variances. They made one that was a 1200 piece, which was the blue Batman with the, that was the one that I actually wanted, but somehow they dropped it at a time and a day that I wasn't around and didn't know that they dropped it, which was kind of garbage. I think that they should have dropped that one as the regular and maybe this one as a limited set, because nobody wants that one to begin with. All right, I am going to get out of here and go to the next one. Let's see what else we got. So I'm not going to go to Harry Potter, guys. We will go to Marvel, though, real quick and see what they have here on the Marvel. We've already went over the French maid. I have a few Groots. We know how I feel about Groots. I'm not going after the 18-inch Groot. Logan, let's see, Avengers Endgame. I will talk about this one, though. This one right here recently upset me. And let me tell you why this upset me. They made this pop two ways. They made this pop a glow, and then they made this pop a not glow. Both of them look exactly the same. There's no difference in them whatsoever. No difference in them whatsoever. So, look, I'm kind of upset at the way they did that one. I think that maybe they should have done that one a little differently than they did. But, look, Funko does their own thing. We know how Funko rolls. That's just what they did. But I wish they would have changed them up some, right? Let's see. What do we have over here? Socket for you. Oh, y'all are still talking about those pop sockets. Look, those pop sockets are wild. I can't believe that they're coming out with a pop socket now. At all the things in the world that they could have made, a pop socket's one of them that they needed to make. But hey, maybe they'll do really great with it. Maybe there's awesome margins in it. I don't know. I don't really see anything new here per se that I haven't seen in a while. They still got the zombie lines on there. The 10-inch zombie lines are going to look just like these. There is a difference between the Deadpool 10-inch zombies that they're making, but the only difference that I could see was they took the sword out of him. So I mean, that's not really a difference to me. To me, it's still the same pop. I mean, the same stance, same pose, same everything. They just save money by not putting the sword in him. So I don't, I'm okay with that. I am going to scroll back into the Star Wars real quick, guys, and then I'm going to get out of here. But don't forget to go check out my videos from this week. If you have not already, go over there and check those guys out. If you are not a member of my Patreon and you want to be involved in the Patreon only giveaway, the link is down in the description below. Go check that out. It's cheaper than a cup of coffee you get at Starbucks. Oh, so, I mean, I immediately see some of them that they've dropped on here that haven't been dropped in a while. And that was, and I'm going to scroll for a minute. Let me go from the bottom real quick. Okay, so let me tell you what's funny about this. So I'm going to come up here and I'm going to sit right here for a second. And I'm going to tell you what's funny about this is I seen that they put Yoda back on here. I see that they put Boba Fett back on here. They put Chewie back on here. They've put the Stormtrooper back on here. So for a while, 3 of those sold out and they took them down and they removed them from the site. But I guess they just like made some more real quick and threw them back on there, which is doing 2 things. It makes it possible for me to buy them because I would have never bought them at the jacked up price that they were. 2, it really kills the value of those pops. Those pops now are going to be diminished in value so badly that all they'll be worth is the $11 that you're getting them from on here. And I see that they have R2 on there as well. So look, I'm happy that they put those on there, but on the other side, I say that I wish they wouldn't have, just for the simple fact that they're going to be killing their value as much as they are. Guys, my Facebook is down in the description below. Now, after I got put in the Instagram jail, it taught me something that I needed multiple ways to communicate with you guys in the event that I get put back in some kind of a jail, because I'm going to be honest, I'm very opinionated, and people tend to not like people that are opinionated, and I tend to go into stuff like that quite often. So if you're not following me on Facebook, go down in the link below. The description is in the links in the description below. Go check me out on Facebook. That's where I'm going to be posting all of my news, all of my videos. And when I say my news, anytime I find that they're going to be releasing something that I'm going to buy, I will post it on there. Now, if it's not something that I'm going after, I'm not going to put it on there just to put something on there. That's going to be where you'll find out what Comic-Cons I'm going to, what Funkos that are coming out that I want to buy, stuff of that effect, right? I mean, so If that's something you're into, go check me out on Facebook. Guys, don't forget that, tomorrow we'll be going live at 6 p.m. Mr. TechBot and myself will be going live. Saturday, we will be doing at 3:30 a Mandalorian review. It's going to be 5 of us. We'll all sit down. We'll talk about the season that happened Friday, or whatever happened Friday on the Mandalorian. We'll give you our thoughts on it and what we think and how everything went down. Guys, look, I truly appreciate y'all coming and hanging out with me today. This is a lot of fun. I mean, I'm not going to lie to you guys. This is just a lot of fun. And it's a lot of fun. I look forward to doing these every Thursday. I look forward to doing all of my videos, if we're being honest, guys. I really appreciate y'all coming and hanging out. Don't forget, if you're not subscribed to the channel, turn on those notifications and become part of the Wayneko crew, guys. There is no Wayneko crew without y'all. And I truly appreciate y'all. Have a good one, guys.